Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lee's Channel Podcast, where I'm Lee's on to a certain topic for 15 minutes or more. Now, today, I kind of want to talk about like social media and friendships a little bit, both individually, but somehow still tying together. So let's stay tuned for it. So when I'm saying social media, I'm very intentional when I post on social media. Honestly, the people who aren't, I don't understand, because you have a platform, an internet platform that can reach so many people. If you are not authentically yourself, yes, I learned this word, and yes, I'm milking the fuck out of it, because now I don't have to say genuinity and I can say authentically. But when you are authentically yourself and you put it online, those who are in Iceland or Australia, they can see the person you put online, and if they were to meet you, it will be consistent, because that's who you are. You know, like when I see people put online and I know them in person, it's like what they're reposting online is not the person they are in themselves. It's like, oh, ho, do you even know yourself? Ho, is you even mentally aligned with who you are to be confident to post it online and be it in person too? Obviously not. But, you know, that's the thing about social media, is like people can pick up whoever they want to be, since it's so broad, it's so vast, it can reach so far. You can be whoever. But it's like, why waste being whoever online when you can waste being whoever in person? The like best way to be able to meet and make as many new connections as you can, meet as many people as you can, and still be able to make an amazing lasting first impression is when you go to a town you've never been before, or you go to the beach, or you go traveling, whether it's another country or another state, whatever it may be. When you go outside of your comfort zone, what may be your hometown, or even a 20-mile radius, north, east, south, west, whatever, that you go out and you talk to people, embody a you that you don't really know yourself to be, because when you think about it, you are most likely never going to see these people again. And then once you do see again, you might as well make a lasting good first impression on them. So it's like when you go out, you know, you can strike up a conversation with your barista, or, you know, if you're a little older and you're allowed to, go pick up like a bar and, you know, make a connection that you've never done before. And I think the most beautifulest ways that I see like a bit more older people than me, like still being able to rebrand their power and re-step into themselves, is when they go to new areas. You know, they have goals for themselves. Like, I know this 23-year-old, and no, it's not weird just because I'm a bit younger, okay? They graduated from my high school and I work with them. But really cool dude, and he sets goals for himself to at least like once a week go into a place that he's never been before, whether it be a restaurant, bar, pub, grill, whatever, but also be the one to strike a conversation with somebody, and even be willing to leave with a contact. And when I say a contact, I'm not trying to say, oh, like get their number for future, you know, sneaky links or whatever, but it's more like having a contact that it's like, hey, if I needed this person for any other reason outside of a Ruth Chris restaurant, I have their contact. And when you're older, I mean, contacts aren't really like, you know, I got their number like it would be right now in high school, but it's more like a, hey, I have a contact that if, you know, oh, we talked about our jobs and they are a social media manager, how beautiful would it be for, you know, me to interview them? People love talking about themselves. When you get to be the one asking somebody so many questions about what they do, what they work, how their day-to-day looks like, it's bonding. It's beautiful, because when you think about it, friendships click, like a friendship happens, it sparks up when you meet somebody. You're like, you know what, we really click. You know what, like I like something about you. And it doesn't have to be romantic. That's what makes friendships. It's like we click, we see so many things alike, you know, we laugh at the same jokes, we have the same favorite color, whatever it may be. You feel a bit of home with somebody else, because the only home you can ever feel is within yourself. So when you share a friendship, it's so beautiful, because you meet another body that you want to click with. Now, some people are low maintenance, and they can do like a, you know, I met you today and I'm going to talk to you like next blue moon. Or if we were at the same function, I'll talk to you then, but I really won't talk to you no more than other than that. And that's fine. Sometimes some people have like all their friends be like that. Some people, with certain people, you just are low maintenance. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it is also beautiful to be low maintenance, to know that, hey, I met you 4 years ago and I can call you and pick up as if we were there still 4 years ago when we met. And that's really beautiful, to be able to know somebody, that you have somebody in your life that like you grow and they grow and you guys see each other, but you don't cross paths as much, and it's still like, hey, I still know that we're friends. And I think with, again, social media, it's a bit more harder because I feel like everybody normalizes like being with your best friend all the time, going out, doing 2 minutes together, being like this with another person. And even though you can have high maintenance friendships, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like you can also appreciate the high, like you're with them all the time, but then also like the ones that don't take that much effort, and then at the end of the day, you guys clicked for a reason and are still, for each other. I personally value loyalty a lot, and loyalty does get a bit hard when like you've been through a lot of relationships, or you were even to have a lot of ops, all right, because it's like it's hard to be a person and be able to like limit somebody else from meeting other people or meeting somebody in a way that you didn't meet them, but still being mature to know that it's like, hey, if you were to be the type of person that was like spreading my business to somebody I don't really click with, like that's just weird. And I feel like there are unspoken friendship rules, like obviously never, like really there are friendship rules, like, and it's not even friendship, it's just more like social etiquette. Why, like, don't talk about anybody if they're not in the room, and if you do talk about them, it has to be a good quality, nothing negative. Always, you don't make plans in front of people if you're not going to invite them. Like, that's really common sense. When somebody offers to pay for your meal, get the cheapest item on the menu. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there. Or make sure that you pay them back or retake them out to dinner. Favors can be re-owed. You don't have to stack up a debt on, oh my gosh, I took you here, I took you there, you owe me this much money by the end of the year. No, we're making experiences, but be willing that you have that money to spare. Don't be stingy, don't hold it over their heads. There's so many like little rules I think some people just don't got that social etiquette to understand. So, like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do have some people I just really don't like and I don't click with, and that's like normal, that's human. I know that there's some people out there who don't click with me and probably honestly have not the highest, greatest impression of me, and that's okay. I know at the end of the day, I have my dogs and I have people I appreciate, and I know that there's more people I'm gonna meet that I'm gonna appreciate and they're gonna appreciate me, that at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be shooken up by those who don't click with me. Why waste why, like I've said on a previous podcast episode, why focus on the things you don't want? Then it's just, you're just going to only see what you don't want. If I don't want it, why am I going to think it? Why do I want to keep emphasizing on it? You don't. So with friendships, I think the best way is to just always be authentically you when you go anywhere. The best way to even meet people or have new connections in a place that you don't really know, because at that point you can be anybody, and people will only know that anybody that you show. You put off a shy character, not really wanting to talk, being kind of dry. People are going to have that impression, oh, she don't really want to talk, I'm not going to push it. Some people will push it, and then you'll either end up getting uncomfortable or probably end up opening up. But either way, that is a big 50-50 gap that who really wants to play those odds? Very high awarding people, so let them play that game. But like I know a lot of people. I genuinely do know a lot of people, and I like to know a lot of people. And for me, the beauty in people is that, I have made collabs on my podcast with interesting and unique personalities, and that's my only goal for this year, is to keep going. And making more collabs and having more people on here to share their experiences with you guys, to be able to tell you crazy stories. Sometimes I like to have a quick little breather and have a collab where we're shit talking, or not really even shit talking, but we're just talking about whatever. My main goal on here is to help you guys grow. I want to see you guys succeed. It is so beautiful to me when I get feedback from you guys on my podcast episodes on how you guys digested my content, good, bad, positive, negative, whatever. I'm here and open to it. I go out here knowing that somebody's gonna dislike this video and somebody's gonna like this video, and nonetheless, that's still feedback that helps me make another episode. I got a beautiful text last night from somebody that, I know them from a club. We're not like this. Again, it's just like I know them and I do enjoy their personality, but we're not that close. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, my close buddies, I usually get back-to-back content or feedback of my contact from them very frequently. So when I get like people that I know, but we're not on a talking day-to-day level, and I get feedback, that feedback sits with me so heavily because it's like, whoa, we don't talk all the time, and usually the people I talk to all the time, I get that feedback. So it's like knowing that we don't talk that much and I'm getting that feedback is so exciting. I love, being able to talk to somebody about an experience I helped them grow in, and me in the time of recording didn't even know, and stuff like that. So that is so beautiful to me, knowing that there's people out there who take that extra mile and get out of their comfort zone to shoot me a message on how they feel, or how my episode made them feel, or helped them grow, or helped them see something and help their problem was a solution to something a conflict they were suffering. Nonetheless, it's beautiful. And that's the thing about why I do this, why I'm so excited to be here. So my message for you today is do something that makes you happy. And if it includes other people, because that's kind of what I'm really talking about today, if it includes other people, know that people are people. They're going to think a way, and whatever way they think, you got to be able to know, hey, at least I went out of my comfort zone. All right? Hey, at least I made a new connection. I met a new person today. I think school is also such a great way, because you are packed in a room, in a cement block building with people for over 8 hours. This is the best time to get to know people. In the lunch line, sometimes I'll start a conversation with the person behind me and talk about the food that we're eating, and just be like, oh, well, where do you sit? Oh, that's nice. Like, what grade are you in? What class are you heading to? What class did you come from? And again, people like to really talk about themselves. So when you get to be that extra mile and be able to ask somebody about how their day went, or about the way that they see the world, or things that they have looking forward to them, it really builds and strengthens a bond. So, friendships, I've had people that, like, it took me so long to realize that we didn't click, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, one bad hangout and you're like, I didn't think you were like this, but how could have I known? I couldn't have known until we had so many hangouts. Or, some people are weird. Just telling you as how beautiful people are, some people can be weird. And some people can be the type of person to talk about you behind your back. They can be the type of person to spread your own business, which I think, in my gossiping episode, I think that is the most low energy a person can be, to talk about another's financial status, clothing, fashion choices, their relationship business. I'm a girl, I've gossiped here and there, but my gossip, I'm not proud of it. And the only thing I can do is not do it. I mean, literally, it's like, if there were to be gossip, they're genuinely like 10% of my conversations, because I'm not going to benefit in talking about who broke up, or benefit in talking about, who did who dirty, because at the end of the day, it's out there, and it's just one of those things you kind of want to observe. So when you surround yourself around toxic environments, or people who all they do is gossip, or focus on the bad, or are so pessimistic, you end up becoming that environment. So that's why, I really like to emphasize, choose the people who choose you. Choose the people who you are proud to be friends with. All the people that are in my life and I'm friends with, I'm so freaking proud of them. I'm so proud of the people they become, of the people they are being, of the situations and opportunities they took. I'm so proud of my friends. Every day, anytime I can send my friends a message of a token of appreciation, I take that opportunity, because I'm so proud of the people in my life, and I'm so happy for them. And it's taken me so long to meet these people. Not really so long, but I'm at a point where I'm in an environment with these people. I can call these people my environment, because again, when you're kind of low maintenance with a person, they're not really your environment. They're just a friend. They're like a glacier out on another they're like an island out farther from the sea. They're not really your environment, your ecosystem, your biome. They're not there on the same soil. They're just kind of afar. When you ride a boat, you're like, hey, and then that's it. But, it's taken me so long, and I'm not going to sit here and lie and make it seem like I'm friends with everybody. There's some people I don't click with, and there's some people who don't click with me. So when you go out into the world, you kind of have to have, like, that in the back of your head, but also enough confidence to know that if somebody told you, hey, I don't like you, I want nothing to do with you, you can be like, okay, that's okay. You're just not going to be in my life, and I'm okay with that. And, friendship falling outs are the roughest. There are about a good handful of buddies in my life, still currently in my life, that we've had fallouts. We've had kind of like, we were both going through our own things and either took it out on each other, or made mistakes with one another, or just weren't on the same path as each other and have had to take space apart. But that's, again, the beauty in people, is that we took space apart, we had our fallout, whatever. But today, I'm standing today being able to say that you are still in my life. That is so beautiful. Because relationships, the way I personally run, you can't be friends with your exes unless you're trying to get back together. You were a chapter in my book, not the whole thing. You were probably even a page in the chapter of my whole book. I'm leaving you there. So I personally, usually don't rekindle with my exes unless they reach out to me, because I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm one of those, like, yeah, I closed the door, but it's not locked. So if you ever do need me, I'm here. Who am I to say, one of my exes come and talking to me about their home life, and I'm like, no, fuck you. You cheated on me. Like, it's one of those things, like, I still have that heart to know, hey, you chose me out of the 8 billion people, or even your own friend group that you could have talked to, and you chose me. I'm going to appreciate that and be there for you. So it's like, some of my exes don't take that opportunity, and I never have talked to them since. Some of my exes, they have came to me when they needed help, and I've offered them that help, and then we kind of leave it at that, just because it's like, I knew you. We were friends at some point. It's almost like unloyal of me to not be there for you. And knowing that I emphasize loyalty so highly, it's one of those things, I honestly wish more people did value loyalty, because even though, I've got friends of mine who are friends with the people I don't really like. I know, and these people are still so loyal to me that if the other person were to talk about me, and this has happened before, they were to talk about me, and my friend been able to say, hey, that's not your place, I don't want to hear it, be able to set a boundary, be able to put them in their place, like, who are you to be talking about them, stand up for me in rooms that I have not stepped foot in, and that is, again, so beautiful about choosing the right people, being in the right environment, being in an environment you're proud of, is being able to know, hey, if I'm not in that room, I know my name is going to be defended. Because, there have been people I thought that they were going to be able to defend me, and come in the room, they're entertaining the talk. And it's like, oh shit, okay. You were never really loyal to me to begin with, and I can only see you for as that, and realize that they don't need to be in my life anymore. And sometimes it's the people you least expect that end up not really working for you, or being able to be the best environment for you. And it sucks, but it's like, when you know that you can be confident in yourself, and be able and know that you are worth those who will be a great environment for you, you will meet those who will be a great environment for you. Whether it takes time, whether it takes a little bit of healing, whether it takes a little bit of growing, whether it even might take a little bit of coming out of your comfort zone. No matter it may be, you deserve that, and you will achieve that. You just got to believe it. You got to believe in yourself. You got to know that you are capable of it and worth it of it to be able to get it. Now, kind of want to leave today's podcast episode at that. Again, thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate each and one of you who even clicks 30 seconds on this podcast episode, because that means a lot to me. And again, my comments are always open. I'm always here if you guys ever need anything. And I think I want to start making like a little outro line. So, today's little outro line is going to be a version of yourself today that you will be proud of yesterday. That you will be proud of tomorrow. Oh, shit. I thought I ate with that. Hold on. Be a version of yourself today that you'll be proud of yourself tomorrow. Boom. Salt Bay. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Bye.